Hello, Hachna, how are you? I'm here to comment the vendor prototype. Okay. Starting first page, the payment page. Okay, this is the landing page. We're going to do some suggestion on this page. All right. But we have to add three informations here actually, not two, three informations here. The first one, the value of how much the vendor sold on the last day, the last 7 days, and last 30 days. Okay, so we need to have a filter, a small fast filter. Okay. Value of how much we are in debt with the vendor. Okay. So how much we still need to deposit on his bank account. Okay. And third, we also need to add a new type of transaction when we deposit money in the vendor's bank. When they do the payout process. Okay, so for that, we suggest that a new landing page for the vendors should be something like this. Okay, here you see the to be received value. Okay, and this value represents how much we are in debt with the vendor. Is the difference between how much the vendor earn selling products and how much we have already deposited in his bank account. Remind that when he makes a sell, it don't automatically deposit on his bank account. Okay, we're going to do it manually. So this is why I need to have this payout. Okay, so the vendor sell products, he earns money, okay, and then from certain amount of money, we make a deposit on his bank account, okay. So this to be received is the value of how much we are in debt with the vendor, okay. Next, a filter, a triple filter here, the from last day, last 7 days, and last 30 days information of how much he sold, okay, how much he sold in products, okay, and the respective list of movements, okay, transactions, items that he sold, and also the deposited that we made for him on his bank account, okay. So when I click on last day, he only show me the last day movements. When I click last day, he will show me all the last 7 day movements, and the 30 days will show me the last 30-day movements. Okay. Um, so this is the value of the transactions, as I told you. Okay. So when he make a transaction, he receive money. Okay, so I changed it. I made some other implementations in the layout comparing this two layout that we had here. From this to this. So see, I made it a little bit more compact. I put the date and hour here. Okay. We don't need to have the name of the item, description of the item, only the name of the item and the value. Okay, you don't need a description. Okay, and this is the vendor receiving information. So yeah, instead of you have ordered, you have sold one item to Peter Jack. Okay, so make it more compact. No need for product details. No need for this. Only product names and values and date and hour on the left. Sorry, on the right side. Okay, on the right side. Okay. The deposit transaction. Okay, we need to add this deposit transaction here. Okay, to inform the vendor when we deposit money to his bank account. Okay, so when I deposit money to his bank account, I can create this transaction, input this information and admin panel. Okay, and this value will be subtracted from this to be received value. Okay, so when I do a deposit, I'm paying my debt, and this value is subtracted here. Okay, so the value deposited will be subtracted from his to be received balance. That represents how much we are still in debt with the vendor. Okay, please contact me if you have any questions about it. Okay, this is really important. This is all the payouts flux. Okay. Also, please implement all the changes that we asked in the bottom bar in the user review is sent. Okay, so make it more simple. We don't need this animation. We have to make it simpler. Okay. Refer to the Flinto prototype bottom bar if you need. Change the order uh, uh, of the notifications items and the item list icon. Okay, change the order. Notifications page, just remove this bell icon. No icon here. Okay. Item listing page, this is very important. Okay. We don't need the item description. Okay, only the item name and the item value. Okay. A question here, how can I delete an item? I couldn't find how to delete an item. All right. Um, when you are in the item page, okay, so I'm the item page. When you click in an item, it shows me a complete nonsense page. See? It shows me this page. This page has nothing to do with this. It shouldn't be here. When I click an item here, it should lead me to a page where I can edit the name and the value of the product. Okay, this page has nothing to do with this. Delete this page. It has nothing to do with this. When I click in an item here in my item list, it should lead me to a page where I can do just like this, edit the name and the value of the product. Okay, and also I need the place for deleting the this. I don't know how. Maybe sliding this from the right to the left and have a delete button or something like this. Okay. Okay. This is what I was studying. When I click an item in the item list page, it takes me it takes you to a page that makes no sense. Okay. It should lead you to an item edit page where the vendor can edit item name and value. All right. And one last question: where the vendor can access the QR code? I didn't find this information. I suggest that you put it here somewhere, the QR code information for the vendor to download it, okay? To add it here somewhere, okay? It's the best option for us. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to close